did you just call my XSR 900 a Chick-fil-A sandwich?
Basically, yeah.
Oh. This is kind of, it reminds me of like an aggro sport bike funfetti cupcake or something.
An aggro sport bike funfetti cupcake. I can see how this beat the Hayabusa. Wow, it's this thing.
No, Spite, you're wrong. You had it in rain mode.
So you are out there and you're a street squid and you want to get the street squid motorcycle, but there are some other choices out there that you might not consider. And today we are taking a look at the XSR 900 versus the MV Agusta Dragster 800 RC. There's a lot of names on this motorcycle, but it is going to be a good video. Stay tuned. Okay, now before all of you commenters out there start saying that of course we are going to like the MV Agusta better than the XSR 900 because this is like a $28,000 motorcycle, let me say that this is just a stand-in for general MV Agusta inline triples. They make a bunch of these inline triple naked bikes from the Brutale to the Dragster line, so if you wanted to get in at a little bit of a cheaper price tag, you can get these pretty darn low through our friends over at Eurocycles, who actually sent us this motorcycle right here. Click the links down below, get yourself a MV Agusta. It'll show up right at your door. You can buy yourself one of these fancy Italian stallions online now. Isn't that cool? But this motorcycle here does have 150 horsepower because it has the race ECU and a full system SC project. How about that XSR 900 right there?
Let's see, we're making 115 horsepower and it's about 9 grand out the door.
So that is a huge price disparity between these two motorcycles. And spotting some differences right here, it's pretty easy to tell how premium this is over that. But we are here today to talk about the riding experience of both of these motorcycles. So let's just go straight to the riding segment.
Alrighty, ladies and germs, we are out here with the Dragster 800 RC and Whitney's XSR 900 right here. And we are going to ride them back to back. I have ridden both of these motorcycles. Whitney has not yet ridden the Dragster 800 RC. But before we get on the motorcycle, you see this jacket that I'm wearing right here? This speed and strength jacket?
Oh, wait, show me. Let me see it.
Yeah,
ooh, look at this. You got your pocket
out.
tucked in. There you go. Nice.
This jacket right here that I'm wearing, I have actually been wearing for the better part of a riding season. And I've actually been really surprised at how good it is, and we sell it on the store. So if you're looking for a nice lightweight jacket, which is a little bit of a bummer on today, which is cold and dreary, but you can fit a hoodie under it. And it's got belt clips and Kevlar and pockets for all the armor and good stuff. It's a really great jacket. I wear it all the time. And you can get it by clicking the link down below and going to shop.yammynoob.co. And if you buy this jacket, you're going to get entered to win neither of these motorcycles because neither of them are giveaway bikes. But we do have some giveaway bikes that you'll be entered to win. So click those links down below, get yourself some cool gear. But let's get on to the main event. All right, I'm going to take the MV out and then we'll swap halfway through as per usual. And Whitney is going... Actually, you know what? Let's mix things up. Why don't you take this guy out first?
Ooh, okay. I just want the internet to know how many babysitters I had to contact because I wanted to ride this bike today. I'm so excited.
It is a sweet motorcycle.
Ooh, it's chunky.
But despite being pretty chunky, it is really lightweight. Can you feel it side to side?
Oh, wow. It's extremely lightweight. This is kind of interesting, the way that I feel like you're kind of leaning over.
Mm-hmm. It has a lot of sport bike DNA, and the handlebars are crazy wide.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get them started up and get on the road.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Give it a good little blip. It sounds so good.
Dude, the whole way over here, you were just talking about how it sounded good. And then they were harmonizing, too, which was super cool.
Mm-hmm. Right, away we go on the XSR 900 here. Okay, so we have the MV 800 back there, and this, which is basically an MT-09. Yeah, it's a little bit fancier, but it's basically an MT-09. They didn't change the rake or they didn't change the frame or anything like that between these motorcycles. And it is worth pointing out that this is the older generation XSR 900, which is on the older generation MT-09 frame. So it handles a bit funny, but this is the kind of motorcycle that you might be looking at when you're, you know, Googling away what's a fun street bike. And this is a great little street bike offering, man. It's a ton of fun. And Whitney, I'm sure you've put down a ton of miles on this guy, along with all the other renters, because again, 26,901 miles. And it's your daily rider, basically, or one of your daily riders. What are your thoughts on the XSR 900?
Let's see, as it ages, I still love that bike. I still think it's a lot of fun, but obviously our job is to ride a bunch of bikes, so I start noticing quirks that I don't really like the buckling. It's a little bit like a Bronco. You kind of got to wrestle it a little bit if you're on a twisty road. But I love grocery getters that don't make sense, so I might be the wrong person to ask.
Well, no, maybe you're exactly the right person to ask, because what if that MV Agusta was your grocery getter?
I think I'd be a little bit happier. This is awesome.
Initial thoughts on the MV. Let us hear what you're thinking about that motorcycle as a dyed-in-the-wool triple-cylinder motorcycle owner.
I remember how magical it was the first time I went to MotoGP, and there was something mystical about the energy there. And this has that same type of esoteric energy where it's the sound, it's the feel. It's got that race bike, you know, hyper naked get up and go. Like it keeps, you know, stuttering in a good way. Like it wants to have fun. That peer pressure twinge. This is kind of, it reminds me of like an aggro sport bike funfetti cupcake or something.
An aggro sport bike funfetti cupcake.
Funfetti cupcake. Well, it's got sprinkles. It's decadent. And funfetti is the best flavor. I mean, depending on the mood, but
the MV is really good. It's really, really good. But if you, like, sometimes you're not in the mood for, you know, steak au poivre or, you know, some sort of really fancy, you know, rigatoni pasta dish or something like that. You just want Chipotle. You know, you just want to go get your stomach filled with something that's going to make you happy and not cost you a lot of money. Goddamn, the MT-09 is such a fun bike for what it is.
How do you feel about these tank? I don't know, I feel like the tank is kind of rubbing into my thighs a little bit.
Thank God! Thank you! Oh my God! You're the only other person who's ever mentioned that to me.
Wait, why? What? They're so... It kind of hurts a little bit.
Right? Oh my God! Thank you. Everybody's like, no, the tank is fine. You're just riding... No! There's these weird little, like, lumps in all the MV Agusta tanks.
Yeah, what is that? I'm like distracted by it.
Yeah, you almost have to ride, like, with your knees out when you get on that tank because of the way it's cut out. I don't know what that is. I don't know why MV does that, but yes, it's so irritating.
I can't believe no one else has said that before. Like, I almost don't believe you. Are our legs different?
Maybe. Nobody has ever mentioned that to me.
Are you supposed to go up here? This is where, look, that's where it wants to go.
Yeah. But the pegs are so low on that motorcycle that it like doesn't work.
No.
Speaking of low pegs, what do you think about the general stance of that bike?
I think it's different. I think there's something about being super leaned over, my elbows kind of splay out, which is a different way of riding. Mm-hmm. And since it's my first time on the bike, coupled with like the really sensitive handling, it's a totally different experience.
Right.
I'm not getting, you said I was going to get ZH2 vibes from it, and I get that sport bike funfetti cupcake that is also the ZH2, I get that, but I think the ZH2 was way more comfortable.
Okay, now for ZH2 vibes, we have a straightaway here.
Okay.
You gotta bury it just a little bit, and the quick shifter. Have at it. Let me know what you think.
Yes, that is. And that quick shifter is mighty crispy.
Hit the downshift.
Oh, yeah. Oh. See, I think that really adds to that magical MotoGP character. Like,
Yeah.
you don't feel the whole thing lurch, or it didn't really feel like it was doing anything. It did it like it was just breathing.
Yup.
I love that.
And one thing that's so cool about these motorcycles is they do all of that while being a styling exercise. Like, I'm looking at the tail end of that motorcycle right now, and I see the low cut exhaust, I see the crazy shape of the tail,
Yeah.
and I can see the handlebars, how wild they are, and I occasionally see the single-sided swing arm. I mean, it's a sweet motorcycle. Now, one of the things that, I said about how this is like Chipotle versus that being a fine steak au poivre. One thing that this does give you is it's giving you a lot of the general feel of that motorcycle for a lot cheaper price. And again, yes, we are comparing the XSR to the like King Dick RC, but you can get into MV for not the crazy price tag, right? You can actually get into them for an affordable price. Still more than the XSR, obviously, but you don't have to have just like super duper crazy mode on those motorcycles, which is kind of nice. And this is just like, it only does one thing really, really well, whereas that feels like it could be theoretically a daily rider almost.
Spike, did you just call my XSR 900 a Chick-fil-A sandwich?
Basically, yeah.
Oh. You also said it was gonna feel like an old man bike when I got off of it, and I was like, hey, I was excited for today.
Well, let's see if I was right when we switch over here real quick, because I want to get back on that MV Agusta.
All right, give me my Chick-fil-A sandwich, Spite.
All right, let's see if I'm crazy. I really do think this revs up faster than the MV does. All right.
Wait, for real?
Okay, that's the XSR. And I feel like they're probably about the same, actually.
This feels like I'm going back in time to when they didn't have quick shifters, and I'm kind of sad about it.
Let's see what you think when you get back on it, because I am interested.
Spite, it's been like 30 seconds and I already missed that quick shifter.
After you. Oh man, holy cow. It is night and day on both of these bikes. Wow.
I hate having to shift. It's such a chore.
Oh, you have to grab the clutch.
All right, Spite, what do you think?
Man.
Are you too busy eating a funfetti cupcake over there?
I am really busy eating this funfetti cupcake. This is awesome.
Does it feel like it's your birthday every second you're on that?
Yeah, it really does. It's, this thing is playful and also really, really goddamn fast. Like, holy fast. But again, it's not scary, really.
No.
Like, the MT-09 has that really snatchy throttle, and even though we've done some good work to smooth it out a little bit, like, that's the first time I've ridden it since you got the Rapid Bike on there.
Oh.
The Rapid Bike helped a lot. But
Oh, yes.
It still has a little bit of that, like, okay, bucking quality to it. It's smoothed out a little bit.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not lurchy, but this is just buttery smooth all the way through. Everywhere it's buttery smooth. Side of the tire, wide open throttle, up and down. It's super, super smooth.
Gosh, this is hard, sitting on my own bike, hearing how excellent that one is.
And then we've got that that straight coming up. I gotta
All right, go. There he goes!
Oh man, that's good. Wow, that's good. I can see how this beat the Hayabusa. Wow, it's this thing.
No, Spite, you're wrong. You had it in rain mode.
This literally gets my heart racing when I get on the gas. And again, yes, it is faster. It's a lot faster than the XSR. It's making like 150 horsepower. But again, it's just the how everything works on this motorcycle, you know? For my money, I am not getting an XSR over an MV.
What about your thighs, though? Your thighs are crying right now as you say that.
Yeah, my thighs are not happy. Like I have to be up here. Like literally, my feet are on the absolute tippy edge of the ball of my foot, and it's not natural the way that I would ride. So I don't know, maybe I'd almost lift the pegs up a little bit on this motorcycle to move my thigh up, because it wouldn't be that much more uncomfortable. Well, what do you say we kick this back into the shop and wrap this video up, huh?
Now, for those eagle-eyed viewers out there who are thinking that this shot looks suspiciously like the first shot, you would be right, because we set these up after we filmed the vlog. Wouldn't you like that? But now we are back with both of these bikes, and I want you to tell me two things about each motorcycle that you loved and two things that you don't love. So let's start with the XSR over there. Two things you love.
Okay, I love how it looks, and I love how rowdy it is.
Yeah, it is a very rowdy motorcycle. For me, what I love about it is the price point. It is so aggressively priced, and it's still a really fun motorcycle. And another fun thing about it is it's just, it's such a wheelie monster, and it makes 69 foot-pounds of torque. Perfect number. Two things you don't love about it, though.
Two things I don't love about it. The handling is probably the first thing. And then trying to find a second one is actually a little tough.
So for me, what I don't love about this motorcycle is I don't love the build quality on it. You can tell that this is a kind of budget motorcycle. There's a lot of wires that aren't hidden like they would on a higher quality motorcycle. That's just something that irks me a little bit. And I don't love the throttle feel. Yes, we have this tuned.
Because it's just like lurchy.
It is a little lurchy.
Yeah.
It's way better with the Rapid bike in there. It's a million times better, but it's still pretty herky-jerky on-off. It feels like it feels like it's so ready to go and so torquey that the throttle is a little snatchy. So give me two things you love about this thing right here.
That crispy quick shifter. God, that was fun.
It is so good on this motorcycle.
And I like the mystique energy. The energy that brings, it brings the racetrack energy to the street, and that is really cool. That I did not anticipate.
Yeah. So for me, one of the things I love about this motorcycle is how exotic it feels when you ride it. It feels truly special. Unlike this, which is kind of just like everybody's got an MT-09 or knows somebody who has one. They're a pretty common garden motorcycle, but this is something where you're like, whoa, okay, that's different, and it rides different. Another thing that I absolutely adore about this is the sound that it makes, because the sound is so good on this bike, and that is in part thanks to the fact that this is a juiced up triple, and partly down to this full system SC project on there. No shade at the Acura that you've got on there, but this SC just, it's so good.
It's on it.
Yeah. So, two things you don't love about this.
Two things I don't love. The tank drove me nuts.
This cutout right here.
That drove me insane. It was distracting. You know, it was my first ride, so you're kind of just acclimating, but that was a bummer. Oh, another second thing I don't like about it. Trying to do a U-turn, you're like,
The lock to lock on this is some Aprilia grade stuff. It is so short that you literally have to you almost need to get off and kickstand turn it, while you're riding, which is a bit of a bummer. For me, one of the things I don't love is this dashboard on here. It's kind of just
dated.
It's very dated. This little strip down here, you can't see it in the sunlight, and the dash just doesn't.
The strip is something?
Yeah, right here. Did you not even see this?
You were like, your blinkers on. I was like, what are you talking? I can't.
We'll include some B-roll in here where it's easy to see, but outside you really have to pay attention. And there's no gas gauge, so you're gonna be able to run out of gas on this motorcycle because you can't see the light in this little strip down here. Another thing that irks me, aside from this tank thing, which you've already mentioned, is how beefy this clutch feel is. This is a super heavy duty clutch. I'm not sure if it's got big springs in it or what. Normally hydraulics are really smooth and I love the way they feel, but this is like, it's like an arm pump simulator 2021 here with this motorcycle. So, some good and some bad for both of these bikes. Which one's your pick? Is it your bike or is it the fancy bike?
Fancy bike.
The fancy bike.
Fancy bike.
What in your mind separates these two the most?
The obviously, yeah, you're picking, do I want a cold Chick-fil-A sandwich that your mom gave you like a week ago, or do you, which I cannot say that about, I cannot say that about this bike.
That's so mean.
But it is feeling a little dated. Or do you want some steak tartare with french fries on the side, old fashioned, and a champagne chaser? Like, I kind of want that.
For me, again, it's gotta be the MV because it's different, right? The XSR and MT09 platform is so ubiquitous, even in the new trim, that it's just like, it's another motorcycle. This is not just any other motorcycle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look at the MV being truly the one triple you need to go buy.
It's okay.
And the XSR 900 MT09 right here. Big shout out to Eurocycles for giving us this motorcycle. It's actually, this is one of the last videos that we're, one of the last days, in fact, that we're gonna have it. It's getting ready to go on a truck. We've got another MV in the shop right now. If you wanna get yourself an MV Agusta, click the links down in the description below. Check out Eurocycles. Check out the YN shop to get yourself some gear and entries to win some of the motorcycles that we're giving away. Bye.
Keep watching Yami News.